Alrighty guys, what is going up? I hope you guys are all having a great and an amazing day today. Now in today's episode, we're going to be talking about the top 5 stocks under $50. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and overall, I hope you guys learn something. And if you have any questions, go ahead and ask them down below. And don't forget that you guys can sign up with MOOMOO and literally get a free stock just by signing up. That will be the second link down below. So understand that I'm not forcing you guys to invest in all of these companies. I just think the upside of them is actually pretty large. So now let's jump into it, roll the intro, let's go. Bam. Alrighty guys, so the very first stock here that I do think has a lot of upside potential right now is ticker symbol TD. This is TD Ameritrade, and how ironic that I am actually using their platform for my trading. But the thing about this one here is, yes, this stock used to trade in between really $60 and around $54. Before this whole recession hit, the stock went all the way down and hit lows at around $33. But now, once we hit this stock was extremely undervalued, and now it's been slowly kind of coming up. So the trend is still there. Right now, this stock is on an upward trend, and I do think we're going to have some room to grow in between $45 and $47. Once this stock hits this 200 moving average line, this is going to be a telltale sign. Now, I do think that we're going to get a break over this 200 moving average line and at least come up to around $50 to about $55. So this is my number one pick right now. Not to mention, you get paid a dividend, and this is a perfect long-term play and a perfect swing trade. Literally on that support for that trend. So we'll see what happens. It's definitely one to keep an eye on. Now coming up, number 2 here is ticker symbol RUN, also known as Sunrun Incorporated. This is one of the actually an amazing stock to get into. The reason why is this stock has been outperforming the S&P 500, the Dow Jones, and the NASDAQ. So this stock really has gone from around $7 or $8 all the way up to around $42. I did make a trade at around $10 and it got out at around $32, but it still kept exploding up. So I do think right now we had some sell-off here. It's forming a little flag here, and it is hitting this old resistance. So there's two outcomes that can happen when the stock hits this resistance. One is we get sell-off, just basic resistance, overvalued sell-off. So there's a short opportunity. Now another thing that you can look at is if you set some alerts here for a break of 43.74, we could have a resistant breakout. And you guys can see it has happened in the past where it's broken out from 23 and it's gapped up to around 27. So I do think that is a definitely possibility. So what I would do is just set some alerts here. I do think right now is more of a short opportunity because we are forming this doji right in here. So that it looks like the trend is reversing. So we'll see what happens, but definitely one to keep an eye on. I do think there's possible plays for both sides. Another one here is PENN, also known as PENN National Gaming here. You guys can see this stock really went from 25 all the way up to around 38. Then the whole recession hit and went all the way down to $3.75 before slowly getting bought back up. Now, right now, this stock is trading between $37 and around $28. So that is support resistance. Looking at the RSI, it is not overvalued, meaning that this stock could have the potential to go back up to 40, if not break over that. I do think right now this stock's going to have more downside potential for it to come back down to this support line. So this would be another stock to keep on watch for short, but still a very possibility for a resistant breakout. But I do think it's going to have more downside potential because every time that this stock has come up and hit $40, we get sell-off. And you guys can see that that I did trade this one in the past. How do I go and look at past trades, apply? So you guys can see basic averaging my position down, got in, got out right at that resistance line. So, it's just one to definitely keep an eye on. It's all about, being smart with your trades. And I do think with this stock coming up to a resistance line, we're definitely going to have some downside potential. So I do think there's going to be some room to make some money from 40 to about $28. Another one here that definitely has a long side potential here is NEO, also known as NIO. Right now, the whole electric auto space is absolutely going crazy. You know, we've had Tesla running up, we've had nickel motors kind of coming down, but that was just a big hype run. But really, this stock right now is coming, and it is on that upward support line. So honestly, I do think that this would be a one to take a little stab at. You know, even if you have, you know, 1 or 2 shares, I have 2 shares. I'm up, you know, only $6, but if that, say, this stock goes up to 30, 40 bucks, then that's where you definitely make your money. Right now, I think we're going to look back in a couple of years and realize, wow, we missed out on an opportunity, just like we missed out on one here. I do think we're going to get more dependent on electric automobiles, and this one is a Chinese and Japanese based car company. But this is definitely one. From $13 to $16, basic support, basic resistance. Right now it is slowly creeping back up to that resistance line. So it's definitely one to keep an eye on, if not take a little stab at. I did call this one out at around $11.30. So I do think we're slowly coming up to this resistance. So it's going to be really a interesting thing to see what happens when it hits that line there. Now, this one is not under that $50 mark, but I do think it's definitely one to keep an eye on. So this is AMD. We had this beautiful upward trend. I do think we're only going to get more and more dependent on computers and everything like that. And there is a rumor that AMD is likely to buy Intel. So this is a really crazy thing. So if that's say that AMD buys Intel, this stock's gonna go absolutely crazy, and it will easily get a break over 100 if that turns out to be true. Now you guys can see this stock is pretty heavily traded, and this is one of the top performing stocks out there. It's a perfect growth stock. A couple of years ago, I actually called this stock out at $19. Now looking back at it, it's like, why didn't I invest? But it's always about being, you know, understanding of where your risk and where your reward is. So I do think you would definitely be taking a little gamble if you are risking for AMD to buy Intel. Right now it is overvalued and it is forming a little doji here. So yes, downside potential in the short term, long-term potential in the long term. So, you know, it's definitely one to keep an eye on, guys. So that is it, though. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and if you guys did, make sure you guys smash the like button. We'll see you guys tomorrow in another episode. Remember to stay happy, stay positive, and overall, stay safe out there. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care and have a good one. Bam!